invite you to sink into that space. Within the center of the I am that I am, there's this place, this divine connection, this source energy that has never been nor could ever be hurt or harmed or endangered in any way. It is the holiness and wholeness of our entire being. And I invite us to consecrate this sacred time of stillness and remembering to build this place within us. It is a spiritual muscle. So as we pay attention to it, it is able to thrive and flourish and grow, just like all of our other muscles. And if you're willing, allow it to serve you now in a bigger and bolder and wider and broader way than ever before. See the portal as open and clear, bigger, wider, and more open than ever before. See what is most needed by your soul to be given to you freely with ease and with grace and with a joy and sacred surrender. You may think of it as a sacred restoration. If it's comfortable for you, the word restoration. Allow for anything and everything, all healing and insight, revelation, transformation, insight, divine wisdom, intelligence, to flow through you with ease and with grace, with joy. Know for yourself that Spirit created you whole, complete, and perfect. Nothing missing, lacking, needing, nor wanting. In your own way, remind yourself, I am whole, I am complete, I am perfect as I am. And since Spirit created you whole, complete, and perfect, since Spirit created me whole, complete, and perfect, allow for this divine cord that is in the center of the I am now to fulfill, sustain, maintain, and heal anything and everything that's most needed for your soul's evolution at this very moment in time. Just call it forth by your conscious permission. All that is for my highest and best good, let it restore me now in every organ, action, function, cell, and fiber of my being. Together we breathe into that knowing. And so inviting you now to just allow for your heart space to fill with gratitude. Gratitude for your breath, gratitude for this time of sacred and divine stillness and remembering. Grateful for any insight, revelation, healing, transformation. It shall continue from now throughout eternity to reveal itself to you on time, every time. And with the next breath, just bring your awareness and attention a little bit more back to the body temple, the physical form. Be certain you can feel the chair or floor supporting you. Again, more mindful of our breathing as we bring our attention even more back into this present moment in time. You may want to tap the toes to the ground or the feet to the floor. You can gently tap the fingertips together. And when you're ready, just allow for the outer eyes to gently open, becoming aware of this place and space, the sanctuary, each other, the air, the sounds, the noises. Grateful for this time of sacred stillness and remembering. I'm grateful to each of you. I am. This concludes the meditation portion of today's service. Namaste.
Welcome. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together. proud of you. Feel the love in a sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, yeah, we come together, oh, we come together in the name of love. Everybody get up on your feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, 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 hey, hey. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody get up on your feet, yes. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, 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 hey. Fasten your seatbelts here. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. And my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. And my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I said, my soul. Let me hear you now. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I said, my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome. And my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. Getting the message loud and clear. Getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Wow. Welcome. Good morning. Okay. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, welcome. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Redlands. Thank you to everyone joining us on Facebook Live and YouTube and here in our beautiful sanctuary. My name is Gail Yandell, and it is truly a privilege and an honor to welcome you to the Sunday celebration. CSL Redlands is a New Thought community living an ancient wisdom philosophy based on science of mind. The science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Reverend Dr. Holmes. Dr. Holmes studied truths from all the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths and developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into the world today. CSL Redlands is an open and inclusive community honoring all people from every background, all races, sexual orientation, gender expression, and spiritual paths. No matter who you are or where you are on your journey of faith, you are always welcome here. Our purpose is awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Our vision is a world that works for everyone and all creation. If you are here with us for the first time, please raise your hand and let us properly greet you. We know you have choices for your spiritual community, and again, we are delighted you have visited us today. Wow. Anyway, a gentle reminder to silence your cell phone and place them safely away so you may participate more fully. Blessings.
Going to be welcoming some Hindus a little bit later today, so this is our centering song, your chance to kind of get centered just a little bit. You can sit and enjoy the beautiful altar here. But a song we sing, fears the way we die. You can make the mountains ring or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, you may not know why. Come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some may come and some may go, this will surely pass. When the one who left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. If you hear the song I sing, you will understand. Listen. You hold hold the key to love and fear, all in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command. Come on, people, now smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Come on, people, now smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Right now. Right now. Right now.
And so I invite us just to turn within, however that's comfortable for you, inviting us each to take a divine, sacred, and holy breath. Let's breathe that in together. And let's release anything and everything that's not divine, that is not holy and not sacred. Just let it go with your breath. And as we return to our normal breathing pattern, we're reminded that this power, this presence, this love, this divine wisdom, it lives in, through, and as our very beingness. It is the essence and the core. It is the I am that I am. It is the I am that you are. And I wanted to read a quote, which is unusual for me to do during a prayer. It's from Harold Kushner, and it goes like this. Let prayer burn away the fog so that we can see each other clearly, so that we can see beyond labels, beyond accents, gender, or skin color. Let the warmth and brightness of the sun melt our selfishness, so that we can share the joys and feel the sorrows of our neighbors. And let the light of the sun be so strong that we will see all people as our neighbors. Let the earth, nourished by rain, bring forth flowers to surround us with beauty. And let the mountains teach our hearts to reach upward to heaven and inward to heaven. And so, continuing this prayer for the day, I'm just calling forth for joy and ease and grace and a sense of celebration this day, that we may find a part of ourselves even more whole, a part of ourselves even more complete, a part of ourselves even more perfect than before we entered the sanctuary space or we were watching this online. Let us know our divinity and wholeness, and let us accept all healings, all manifestations, all revelations, all insights and wisdom that are for our highest and best good right here and right now in this very moment in time. I'm calling it forth right here and right now. I'm calling forth for peace in the world. And if you're with me on that, let's just see together in the center of the sanctuary, the ceiling of the sanctuary, this white light of love, intelligence, of peace with a capital P, to indwell each of us individually, all of us collectively, all the neighbors and the neighborhoods. We're going to go all sides of Redlands now. I see some citrus fields. To the north, we go to the south, up the hill. We're heading on the 10. Let's head to Palm Springs. We're going to go from there to LA. We're going to head the 210. We're heading toward Pasadena, La Cañada. So from the desert to the sea, to the mountains, this peace that passes human understanding, let it reach from the sand of the beaches to the skies, to the stars, to the galaxies. Let this peace now go from California to all our neighboring states. We can cross the oceans, the continents. And for all places that are in struggle and strife and in conflict, see peace as the final word, that peace may be the highest vibration that unfolds and takes within itself anything that's a lower frequency or vibration, and so that all conflicts can be resolved. Now, with ease, grace, and joy, with divine wisdom and understanding, with insight. Some may call it a miracle. In the divine, it would be considered ordinary. I'm calling forth for places that are in need of supplies and cash and money for those things to reach those people now. You may not be aware of the devastations in Morocco from an earthquake. You may or may not be aware of the incredible flooding that happened in Libya. I'm not sure it's possible for us and the human to imagine 10 to 20 to 30,000 people just washed away with no warning. 2 dams burst. No warning. Entire neighborhoods washed into the sea. Entire villages gone. Mountaintop villages built out of adobe crushed. Some villages with only 6 people surviving. So inviting us to send this love and light intelligence to these places. We continue to remember Maui and Lahaina town. We continue to remember Ukraine. We see peace surrounding and indwelling every city, village, from north to south, east to west. Calling forth for an end to the conflict in Armenia between Azerbaijan and Artsakh region. So every time we're made aware of facts, we're called to this highest prayer for peace, the peace that passes human understanding, calling forth divine intelligence to have its full sway. And so I bless this service, I bless the music, I bless each person here, I bless all the celebrations that are happening, including Rosh Hashanah, the Hindu traditions that are happening here within our sanctuary space, as we're demonstrating our ability to be a neighbor. And so just inviting you to receive this day anything that's on your heart, anything that you may have either come for or be ready to receive as a blessing. It could be abundance and cash and wealth and joy. It can be health. It could be divine right relationships. It could be romance. It could be family relationships. It could be divine employment. Whatever it is that you're ready to call forth and make manifest in your life, I see that happening for you with ease and grace. I know the universe says yes to it. And so anything that is heretofore blocked or hindered, deferred, denied, or delayed that from reaching you, it's your good and you ought to have it. Emma Curtis Hopkins would say that. So if you're willing to receive that for yourself, just say yes, yes, yes. And with a heart filled with gratitude, I release my words to the law of life, indeed knowing they are fulfilled. And invite us to say with a grateful heart together, and so it is. All right, Holly, would you like to come up and do a reading for us today? Thank you. And thank you, Gail, for the beautiful welcome.
Good morning. Sometimes we love and our hearts are broken. We dream and our hopes are shattered. We wish and our desires are unfulfilled. We give freely and are left empty-handed. And we care for others and aren't loved in return. And those who we once most admired and valued do not reciprocate our affection. Sometimes we undergo a process of loss and heartbreak and are left feeling broken and lacking hope, as we fail to realize that we are not destined to remain stuck in this cycle indefinitely, and that in life, whoever lets go of us leads us home. Whoever rejects us empowers us to embrace ourselves fully. And someone's lack of love for us is ultimately a reflection of them rather than us. And we feel most hurt, not when we are rejected, but when we reject ourselves. We feel most sad, not when others upset us, but when we seek happiness in sources that are unable to provide it and are left feeling let down. And we feel most alone when we are strangers to ourselves. And in order to find peace in our surroundings, we must first find peace within. In order to find joy outside of ourselves, we must first experience joy internally. In order to feel fully accepted, we must first learn to fully accept ourselves. And not every race is worth running, not every battle is worth fighting, and not every adventure is worth embarking upon, and not every relationship is worth pursuing. And rejection is simply a redirection, allowing us to become more in touch with ourselves and more awakened to our own self-acceptance and self-love. Words by Thalia Hunter. Beautiful.
And so if you, my name's Brother Mark. I'm one of the licensed practitioners here at CSL Redlands. It's always a privilege, honor, and blessing to be with you all. And wherever you are within the sound of my voice, you clicked on to the right place at the right time to receive the message for you. So I'm grateful for all the people who have made it in the sanctuary. I want to do one reminder, even though that'll probably be in the announcements. Just for next Sunday, we're going to be here 1 hour earlier. And so the meditation is going to begin at 8:40 a.m. and the service is going to begin at 9 a.m. and the service will be completed by 10 a.m. and we will not have any snacks or fellowship after, just a few hellos, and we'll be out of the sanctuary space by 10:15 to allow our neighbors to use it for their celebrations that they're doing now during this 10-day holy period for them. And so the whole month, you may or may not have watched it remotely or online. You can still do that. We have a YouTube channel and also on Facebook Live. It's something about loving out loud. And there were some good talk titles, right? And we had living out loud. We have I love myself so much. Today's about loving thy neighbor. And then next week will be something good as well. And we'll wrap up the theme. But I really like the theme. I like the idea of loving out loud. Do you? Because, yeah, that's the thing. If we're able to love out loud, if we're able to be our authentic selves wherever we go, that's part of honoring all creation. And then some of the spiritual tools that I spoke about over the past few weeks, I think, apply really strongly to today's talk. And it's love thy neighbor. So does anybody have neighbors that they love? Yeah, that's good. Does anybody have neighbors that challenge them just a bit? See, so we have like both hands up. Hands up, right? We have neighbors that we love, and we have neighbors that we have to find that place where we can at least be neutral. That was one of the tools that I wanted to repeat for today. At least be neutral, right? And there's a irreverent, you know how I love the quotes that are given for the material? I picked the most irreverent quote to read first, and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit more. This is from somebody named Melody Beattie, and the book is called Codependent No More. Oh, do you know Melody Beattie? Okay, so it goes like this. Love thy neighbor as thyself. The problem sometimes is that we do just that. Many of us wouldn't dream of loving or treating other people the way we treat ourselves. Ooh, that was a mic drop. Did anybody catch it? I'm going to repeat it. Because it was one of the most irreverent quotes, right? It makes you really think. Listen to this. Love thy neighbor as thyself. The problem sometimes is that we do just that. Many of us wouldn't dream of loving or treating other people the way we treat ourselves. Right? Because maybe we're not treating ourselves very kindly. Maybe when we look in the mirror, we go, I got to lose 5 pounds. I got to lose 20 pounds. I got to, I had this thing in my eye, or I don't like my hair curly, or I like my hair straight, or I wish I was 6 feet like Zevin. But this is my height. Right? So we always seem to want what we're not, or and it's good to try things. I think it's kind of fun to try different things, and that's how you find what it is that you love. That's how you find what it is that's for you. That's how you find what it is that speaks to you, because it's natural, right? When you want to follow your energy to where you're drawn, and then check it, right? If you're not comfortable where you end up, turn around and go. Make a different choice. Walk away from that. One of the things that was the spiritual tool that we spoke about more than one of the weeks was this idea of neutrality. I think it's really powerful just to remain spiritually neutral, because sometimes our energy doesn't lie, and we cannot fool the divine that's within us. Do I need to say that again, or you already got that? You got it. So if we're irritated by something, we're sending out that, like when you throw the pebbles in the lake and it makes those ripples if you get a good throw. It's the same thing energetically. It's why that at certain places and parties you feel more welcome. It's why that you might be attracted to go meet somebody that you don't know, but you're drawn to them. It's like a magnet. You're drawn to them and they're drawn to you. And some of that happens in romance, some of that happens in friendships, some of that happens in congregations and spiritual communities. It happens in schools, it happens in workplaces, it happens everywhere. There's certain people that you might be drawn to, to go socialize with after employment. There might be certain people that you're drawn to socialize with during school, right? Like during a break or a lunch, take a hike, take a walk, spend time with, because one of the biggest gifts we have is our time and where we allocate our time, right? So this whole idea of loving thy neighbor, to me, was really interesting, because we have neighbors across the street from where we live. We've lived in a new community for about 3 years, and I would say we love them. And so also part of it is every time they're out there, I don't need to always make eye contact or always go over there and talk to them. And frankly, a lot of time I don't have the 10 or 20 minutes it might take. So sometimes I might quick duck and roll at him, go hide behind a tree and make a run for the mail or taking the dog or whatever. But when we see each other, we honor one another. If we see something could be wrong, we check. It's the ones where you could do simple things, like you might, if you're making a homemade meal, you might drop off that, and they do it back and forth. And it seems natural. It's not forced, it's not and this is what I want to say. When you're loving your neighbor as thyself, you got to first love yourself, right? To me, if you haven't first loved yourself, I would just stay neutral with everybody and get a good book, get in some classes, take foundations class in science of mind, do poetry, write songs, because if you're not good with yourself, it's gonna be a little off. I see I'm losing something. Am I losing you guys or no? You want to first start with yourself and then take out that love that's natural within yourself. It shouldn't be any effort, is what I'm trying to say, to love your neighbor. It should just be that, or when you feel yourself triggered, at least try to go to the neutral, right? If you haven't driven a stick shift, neutral's in the middle. Is that right, Eric? It's in the middle. And you want to leave it there in the middle. It doesn't take you anywhere. And it's good because it's like a place where everybody can be themselves. Everybody is fine. Nobody's going forward, backward, sideways. You're just kind of, okay. We can all be in the beingness, and there's a place and space for everyone. So that's really the whole message to me for today. And I have a Richard Rohr quote that I liked as the starting point. It says, perhaps once we can see God in plants and animals, we might learn to see God in our neighbors, and then we might learn to love the world. And that reminds me of Holly and the birds. What are the names of the birds? Sweetheart and olive oil? Olive. Sweetheart and olive. And you love those birds. Yes, I do. And they love you. And so the idea, right, is you find the places that are natural. I can't think of our little dog buddy is 13 years old, and I swear to you, when we go home today, it's going to be like the first time we ever came home. And he's 13. You're like, dude, we come home every day. And he just loses his mind right? He's lost his mind for 12 and a half years. I never thought you were going to come home again. Where's my walk? Where's my food? And also has learned now to start to let us know when there's certain things that he wants. Isn't that weird? And out of all the people, we call them people, there are companions that we have. He's the only one that he'll go to bed early. Like we might stay up till like 10 or 11 in the main room. He's like 7:38. Somebody pick me up, put me in. We make him a circle in the bed, and he wants to go there on his own. Sometimes I'll play him some music or a comedy in the background and a fan, and that's it. And he says, I'm out. I'm done. All my things are done. You guys stay up as long as you want. So I like the idea that find something easy first to love, right? Start with the self, then find things that you love. It could be hobbies. It could be artistic things. Whatever it is that you love is your creative outlets. You want to do that. And then start taking it out to the world, right? And I want to say this, always do it authentically, because I think when you try to force something, it's just so weird. Because you could tell, like, we have neighbors too that are just like, they just want to know what's happening in your house. They're not really concerned. They just want to peer through and see like what's going down. And I'm not saying every neighbor is perfect, but I will say this, neutral is powerful. Because in the 3 years we've been there, we have one side where we don't have any neighbors, and we picked that lot on purpose so we wouldn't have any neighbors. And then there's just one side where we do. So there's just, out of 3 years, maybe, what do you think, 8 times where we couldn't really open our master bedroom windows because they're on the back and they're partying, and let them party. I'm like, okay, I'll shut my window. I would dare not say a word because they're having fun. I think that's great. Even though I could hear every single word or whatever, or it's 11 or 12 and we maybe wanted to sleep. Okay, it's all relative, right? But there's some people that every single time they want to have it out. So that's not what we're talking about today in today's message. The love thy neighbor thing, if you could just go to neutral, I think it's good. You see the power in that? Awesome. Okay, so there's another thing that I wanted to add to today. You and spirit are a majority. I really like that. If you could take that as an affirmation with you, or if you feel that in your beingness, that if you know that the spirit, and you could call it whatever it is, divine intelligence, God, grace, wisdom, whatever it is that you call it for yourself, if you know that you and this intelligence are a majority, then nothing can come against you. And that goes to Scripture. All right, I'm almost done. I feel like I'm speeding through it, but we got it, right? So this is a quote from Valerie Kaur from See No Stranger. The call to love beyond our own flesh and blood is ancient. It echoes down to us on the lips of the indigenous leaders, spiritual teachers, and social reformers through the centuries. Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism, called us to see no stranger. Buddha, to practice unending compassion. Abraham, to open our tent to all. Jesus, to love our neighbor. Muhammad, to take in the orphan. They all expanded the circle of who counts as one of us, and therefore who is worthy of our love and concern. And I see Eileen put that in the bulletin as well, so you could take that quote with you. Are you able to turn the air on in the space? Okay. So, do you have some good tools in your toolbox to go neutral, or to practice things like forgiveness or understanding? Do you feel like you do? That's cool, because some things are easy. Like if you're a writer, it's a really good thing to write. If you want to do poetry, excellent. If you want to do music or art, some kind of creative expression. And it doesn't have to be things that you share with the world. It can be first that romance that you find within yourself. And so other practices are forgiveness and something called radical forgiveness. Do I need to go into what they are? You probably could figure it out for yourself. You could just figure out what you think radical is, and it's just like even more than what you thought you were capable of doing. So from Science of Mind, page 332, the unity of good is a revelation of the greatest importance, for it teaches us that we are one with the whole and one with each other. And isn't it Scripture that said, love thy neighbor as thyself? So it's like, and also the first of the golden rules, which is what? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Very good. So this is an awesome quote from Science of Mind, page 298. Think of the whole world as your friend, but you must also be the friend of the whole world. Isn't that interesting? So it goes both ways. And from Science of Mind, page 503, without love, nothing can be accomplished. With love, all things are possible. And when we love, our prayers are answered and the gift of heaven is made. So, some of the things about loving the neighbors as thyself, you see that coming forth, and a lot of times after natural disasters, right? After hurricanes, tsunamis, after earthquakes, floods, war. A lot of times you will see the good of humanity that is definitely a majority come forth. You'll see that in their givingness. You'll see that in people volunteering throughout the world. You see food kitchens going into operation, seemingly overnight. You see supplies, clothes, money, medicine, food reach and try to reach places, right, that are impacted and affected. Some of the thing you might hear if you do any further study on Libya is that the areas are so devastated and so remote that it's very difficult for the aid and the help to arrive. And so it makes it even more traumatizing for the events that you'll see there. So this was a great quote from Jack Kornfield from the book, The Art of Forgiveness and Loving Kindness and Peace. The patrons sit at a communal log table, and each finds before his plate a bottle of wine. Before the meal begins, each person pours their wine not into their own glass, but into their neighbor's, and their neighbor will return the gesture. In economic sense, nothing has happened. No one has any more wine than they did to begin with, but a loving community has appeared where there was none before. And I thought that was just so sweet, because we could do that for each other here, right? We sometimes do that when we cook with love. Ed will always say the secret ingredient of all the potluck dishes is to do it intentionally, lovingly, everything clean, everything fresh, and we bring it in to share with love. So there's a quote from Andy Harris, which I also liked, and the book is called it's called Spirituality and Social Action. Jesus chose the road of humble service and sacrificial suffering. He taught by example and by parables, demonstrating how we should treat others, particularly those on the margins of society. His call was to follow me, not to worship me. And then I was sitting in a meditation. I do that once or twice a day, and if you want to know more about it, it's with the 2 centers that we have in Ukraine. And there's now a global community that meet twice a day, Monday through Friday, and Sunday night, because it's Monday morning there. So if you want the links for that, it's on our e-blast. David could give it to you, I could give it to you, and we'll make sure you get in that space. It's really awesome. It's supposed to be 10 minutes. It sometimes goes 15 or so minutes, and it's to create a spiritual chain reaction for peace in Ukraine. And then some people will add, and the world, right? Because we're neighbors. It's not just Ukraine, it's the world. But the people in the room are from Ukraine, and it is interpreted. We also have an interpreter in the space. And one of the people who was leading is Reverend Trish Hall, and she doesn't know that I copied 2 of her affirmations because I thought they were really good for today's talk. If you like it, when I say the affirmation, then I'm going to ask you to repeat it. It said, everywhere I go, the power of love is transforming everyone. What? It's a big ask, right? I'm going to read it one more time, and then if you want to say it with me as an affirmation, let's do that together. Everywhere I go, the power of love is transforming everyone. I like that. Did you mean it? And if you can mean it more, like we have to say, because I'm even checking myself right now, like, okay. Does that include tough love? I don't know. Everywhere I go, the power of love is transforming everyone. Yeah. So sometimes at our house, we have discussions. We're even isn't there a way we could get the mosquitoes out without killing them, or the flies? Like, I'm sitting here negotiating with flies during the day sometime. Like, I open the doors, I'm like, I'm giving you like 5 minutes to make your way where you shall be fine. Or like trying to capture them kindly and take them out and release them, things like that. All right, here's another one. Wherever I go, I bring love and peace. Wherever I go, I share love and peace. Do you like that one? Those are big ones. And she just said it, and I was like writing it down. I'm like, that was pretty good. And it's like such a powerful thing to think that. Like, if that's all you take away from today, and next week I'll bring those typed up for you, and we'll pass them out if you need it. We'll put it on the e-blast, actually, with David, too. Wherever I go, I bring love and peace. Wherever I go, I share love and peace. And so I'll say a line. If you agree, let's say it together. Wherever I go, I bring love and peace. Wherever I go, I share love and peace. All right. So when we're leaving today, and we're talk about love thy neighbor, you could see, how could I be some things that you could take as action steps. How could I be more service to this spiritual community? How could I be more service to the community in where I live? How can I practice more of this forgiveness, or if I need to, go into radical forgiveness? Are you able to love when we're challenged by others? Are we able to do that? Are we able to go into neutral? Do you think you could do it? If you do, I'm going to encourage you to try, because it's awesome. Because everyone's going to be around you to just check you, right? If you go on social media and scroll for 5 minutes, you're going to be, I'm getting checked by this, that, or the other thing. And so you can always remember that the power to be neutral is within you. And we're going to close. It says, use this just prior to ending the talk. And it's from the Baha'i. Be generous in prosperity and thankful in adversity. Be worthy of the trust of thy neighbor, and look upon him with a bright and friendly face. Be a treasure to the poor, an admonisher to the rich, an answerer of the cry of the needy, a preserver of the sanctity of thy pledge. And the closing is going to be from 1 Peter 3-8. Be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another, love as brethren. And from Galatians 5:13-14. For you were called to freedom, brothers and sisters. Only do not use your freedom as an opportunity for self-indulgence, but through love become servants to one another. For thy whole law is summed up in a single commandment. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. Peace and blessings.
Thank you, Brother Mark. Well, I do know some songs about being neutral, or at least being sort of caught in the middle. I think they're all by Joni Mitchell, whether it's Both Sides Now, or Pave Paradise and Put Up a Parking Lot, or she had a wonderful song called Shadows and Light. She says, every picture has its shadow, and it has some source of light. But we're not doing those today. This is a song about taking sides, making a decision, and hoping it's the right one. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else could tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. Once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down that road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. Once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Yeah, love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. Once I decide to change up my mind, God will show me how. I said love is my decision, right here and now. It's my decision, right here and now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gilman Carver, our music director. Thank you, Gilman. And so now it's time for our offering. So I'm inviting the ushers to come forth and inviting you to bless your tithes and your gifts and your offering. I'm going to let you know that the same portal from which you give from is the same portal from which you receive from. So if you're able to give and you're able to give more, stretch yourself, grow that spiritual muscle of giving. I want to thank everybody who's been giving online. You can click on the Donate Now button if you're watching on Facebook Live. You can donate by Zelle, PayPal, check. You can mail it in. And we do get donations, just so you know, we do get contributions all week long. So if you're unable to give in the financial way and you want to give in your sacred service, please volunteer to do that. And please hold the highest idea for the center, knowing that CSL Redlands is a divine idea and therefore maintained, sustained to be fully functional in operation from now and forevermore, and so it is. And so here's the offering affirmation. You can take your tithe and if you want to say it and you like it, repeat after me. Now is the time. From the love of pure spirit within me.
From the love of pure spirit within
I bless
me,
this gift.
I bless this gift.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
Send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It is evidence of my faith and my
It
belief.
does great work in the world.
It does great work in the world.
And it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
Returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you for giving. Thank you for receiving. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for breathing. Thank you for believing. Thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing, and you are a vessel of that love. So thank you for caring, Bless you for your sharing. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are.
So I just invite you to outstretch our hands toward the offering. We already did this blessing. We just know that it is sufficient and enough and more than enough. Let the cup runneth over for our good. You see it in cash and money and abundance and wealth and health and joy and prosperity and love. Can you feel it? Yes. And so it is. Thank you. You want to do the announcements? Of course. What did Barbara Streisand do in concert? She goes, I'll give you a topic you could discuss amongst yourselves.
When Barbara Streisand gives a concert, the temperature is exactly 72 degrees.
Works for me. Announcements. Mark loves it when I digress a little bit. So in true form, I will have to say, I want to make sure you all know really that next Sunday we begin at 9 a.m. Meditation will be at 8:45 to 9, so remember that. Write it down, back of your hand if you have to, wherever. Let me see now. We have, and one more quick digression, Mark. I'm so sorry. Muhammad says to take in the orphan. And I want you to know that now that my mother and my father and my brother have passed into the beauty of their eternal expression, I am up for adoption. So I will be taking applications, just so that you know. Okay, now we have a pool party today afterwards, and it is at Bonnie Townsend's house. Should we call her? Somebody call Bonnie. Let her know we'll be there. Okay? Please. Now, she is at 1619 Irwin Court, Redlands, and I have this little printout on the back table for directions. It's real easy. You go down Church Street that way till you come to Doyle, and then you turn left. Now, for direction-impaired people, the left is the hand you hold your beer in. So go in that direction. And for right-handed people, just follow the left-handed people. And then you're going to go to Irwin Court, going to turn left again. The same rules apply. And there it is. So there you go. It's going to be great. Two big things are happening this month. Mark your calendar. Friday, September the 29th, 5:30 to 8 p.m., a special fundraising concert here at the center under the musical direction of Gilman Carver. There are flyers on the back table there. It is bongos and berets, and it is going to be a lot of fun. And there is going to be chili and cornbread served. It's a $5 for that dinner. That's a good price for dinner, and it's going to be incredible chili. I'm making it. So mark your calendar and be sure to be here that Friday night. And then on the very next day, things are just incredible here. The very next day, it is the Metaphysical Fair happening right here in the sanctuary, and there are flyers for that on the back table too, and I want you to pick one up on your way out and prepare to be here. I plan to be here on that Saturday. We want to have all of our members show up for these incredible events that we have, and they are incredible events. You're going to love them. Lunch meat donations are still needed each week for the sandwich ministry. Please drop off what you can during church office hours, Tuesday and Wednesday, 12 to 2 p.m., and see Jean to volunteer. Holly and David could use your assistance on Saturday mornings as they represent CSL Redlands at the street downtown morning market. I have a few little things. September calendars are on the back conference table. Ed? Is there something that you would like to share with us this morning? Isn't it fun to go without shoes?
Except for the tea. Just wanted to share with you our brothers, sisters, the Hindus. They gave us some breakfast. Try it. It's delicious. It's at the table there before you all leave. Okay, thank you.
It's okay, go ahead. Thank you for joining us today. The double doors are going to be open up, and it's time for the closing song if you want to rise for that. Thank you, everyone, and thank you all those who are watching remotely. Click on Donate Now. Let us know where you're watching from.
I used to think I would always be alone, separate, misunderstood. I spent my days in quiet desperation. On the outside, things look good. Then I discovered the error of my thinking, the lie at the base of all my fears. So simple that it turned my world around. Shake 'em. Why did it take so many years? Brief pause here for the cause. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide. Sing it with me now. I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide open. There is no separation, no matter what it looks like. No separation, no matter what they say. No separation except what I imagine. And I imagine separation. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. Yes, I am loving with my heart wide open. I am a little bit louder this time, okay? Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide open. See you next week at 9 o'clock. Oh, 8:45.